What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Ace of Base, and we're continuing through this expanded edition of Capo 2002. Thank you again to Mikey. And the next track I think is on the album proper, and it's Change with the Light. I like the phrase, there's a bit of ambiguity to it, or it's a bit opaque to me, but there's certainly a poetic quality to it, and of course, referencing light can be both visual but also atmospheric in like a psycho-emotional sense. It can also relate to morality or behavior. So yeah, I do wonder in what context this poetic title will function. I will try to follow along in that regard. Let's hear it. This is Ace of Base. The song is Change with the Light, and it's from their 2002 album Da Capo. Oh, I like that.
That the daylight brings, like a diamond, sparkling and shining all my hours. Don't stop the music. Changing the light, changing the light. Oh, change with the light. Turn, turn, turn around. Be my baby, stay for the night. Do it right.
That's an instant winner in my book. That's fantastic. And I can't help but comment first on that very computer bleepy bloopy-ish melodic line. Like it's a bit chiptune, but it sounds more modern. Like it doesn't quite sound like 80s or early 90s chiptune. And in that regard, this track also, like, it has a classic Ace of Base sound and rhythm to it, but it definitely feels like some of the Sonics are more advanced. They're more, like a decade later. So, yeah, definitely feel the electricity of this one. And in that regard, it was very brief, but there was a little moment where I think there was genuinely an acid line. It was like an arpeggio, or it was like a rising little acid motif. It wasn't ubiquitous, it wasn't recurrent, but I did hear it in there. And again, overall, the electric sounds of this one mixed with sections where it was more sweeping. There was that section in, I think, like the beginning of the second half where it sort of broke down and it was very sweeping. Then there was that little kind of rhythmic syncopated, not dead pause, again, it like had a kick drum, but it was like before it dropped back into the full sonic configuration again, there was a moment where it sort of did this little syncopated roll with, most everything stripped out and then dropped in, which I really enjoyed. And in that regard, the whole track had a very intuitive chronology, and the way that the parts evolved from one section to another is my first time hearing it, and I had a sense at multiple points what I expected it to do, and it more or less did that. And I've mentioned before, that usually is an indication that, you've written something that it just really, it hits on a first listen, because the listener kind of has a feel for what it's doing as it's doing it. Now, don't get me wrong, I like tracks on the other end of the spectrum where they kind of take you by surprise. I mean, there's techno tracks and trance tunes where, they add an extra 4-beat where it's like, it feels like it should drop, and it's like, oh wait, they put in a little, an extra little bar there. And there are times where I enjoy being surprised by something rhythmically or in terms of the chronology, but I very much enjoy when, even on a first listen, you just kind of feel what the track is doing as it's doing it, and that was very much the case here. So yes, I definitely enjoy the electric sonics, the syncopated, like kind of classic Ace of Base rhythm, especially that computerish bleepy bloopy melodic line that's running. I enjoyed the alternating vocal in the middle. Again, there's the male, like chopped up, kind of more rhythmic, spoken, almost like, like rhyming, spoken word, or like even rapping a bit in that middle section. But then of course the sweeping vocals around that. So there's a nice chronology in that regard too. Lyrically, I think it is, once again, like, I think there's a visual element, the sun on her face and contrasting the night and day, but then he's also, or she is also, I think, asking this guy not only to stay the night, but to like be her light during the night. So again, I think there's some personification happening. I think also light, maybe even as in like personality, if not morality, is in there. I think there was a line early on like Jekyll and Hyde, something like that, which, light to dark, and the spectrum in that regard too, and maybe the idea of like being a different person, in the light, whether that is, again, quite literally when the morning comes, though there was the line about like her being alone, like, waking up and realizing that she was alone again. So I don't quite know what's happening between her and this other guy, at least the full story of it, but playing with light in multiple contexts, like as a motif, visually, conceptually, emotionally, interpersonally, it feels like in personification, it feels like that was all happening there. So one that I need to listen to again, but yeah, to me, again, this feels like if you took a classic early 90s Ace of Base track, modernized it with like early 2000s electronic sonics, and again, like made it very dynamic and yet intuitive at the same time. So again, an immediate winner in my book. I really enjoyed that. Thank you again to Mikey for this expanded edition, and I think we have like 2 or 3 more, and then there's a lot of non-album tracks that we'll have to go through. So looking forward to it all. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.